In this short video, I'm going to talk about versioning. Versioning is an ActiveScale feature that's intended to protect you against ransomware attacks and unintended user actions such as accidental deletes. Let's say I store a file in ActiveScale, and I come back a couple days later and make changes to that file and store it in ActiveScale. Typically what happens is the previous version is destroyed in the process. But that's not the case when versioning is enabled. When versioning is enabled, files going into ActiveScale are tagged with a version ID and a timestamp. And when you update a file, the previous version isn't removed, it's simply hidden from view. ActiveScale stores every copy of every file and tags them with version ID and timestamp. Versioning also protects you against deletes, and this becomes very relevant in the defense against ransomware attacks. When a delete is issued, the previous versions aren't really deleted. ActiveScale writes a deletion marker which simply hides previous versions from view, and those previous versions can easily be recovered. Let's look at an example. For this demonstration, I'm using a tool called S3 Browser, but you can use any S3 client that supports versioning, such as CyberDuck, Cloudberry, or the AWS CLI. I have a bucket called Versions Demo, and I have enabled versioning on that bucket. I also have a file. It's a PowerPoint presentation, and it's very important, so I'm going to put it in the object store to back it up. Let's say I want to make some changes to that file. I open the file. I'm going to remove 3 slides. I'm going to save the file and put this copy in the object store. Now let's say I wish I wouldn't have changed that file. I regret removing those 3 slides. The previous version wasn't destroyed, it was just hidden from view. And if I want to see the previous version, I can go to the Versions tab and see both versions of this document. And to get my previous version back, all I have to do is to restore or make current. But let's say I'm done with this file. So I delete it. The bucket looks empty, but in reality, the files were never deleted. We simply inserted a deletion marker so the files appear to have been deleted. But we can easily restore any one of these versions we want just by going to the version we want, restore, and our file has been recovered. If you're overwriting files on a regular basis, keeping every version of every file may not be the most efficient use of your storage capacity. To keep disk consumption under control, you can set expiration policies. That's where ActiveScale will automatically delete older versions when the conditions are met. It's called an expiration lifecycle policy, and here's how to set one up. First, we'll open the Lifecycle Configuration Wizard for our bucket. We'll add a rule. We'll select the folder. In this case, we're going to apply the rule to the entire bucket. We're going to want this rule to apply to non-current versions, and we're going to define the rule to permanently delete non-current versions after 90 days. Save the rule, and now ActiveScale will automatically delete non-current versions that are 90 days old. For more information on ActiveScale, visit our website.